You click on a job posting, it says 500 plus applicants posted just 2 days ago. You think, what's the point? Why even apply? Why just become one more name in the pile? Here's the thing, I've been on the other side of that pile as a hiring manager in tech sales, where I've reviewed thousands of tech sales applications. And I can tell you for a fact that 99.9% of every single person that applied to that job did the same thing. They saw the job posting, hit apply, and that's it. Now, the people who actually got interviews, they did something completely different that caught my attention and helped them stand out amongst the rest of the pack. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what that process looks like so that you can actually start landing interviews instead of being in an endless pile of applications. See, what happens is when you put in that job application, it's not even getting reviewed by a human anymore. There's hundreds of applicants for every single tech sales role out there. And so what companies are starting to do is that they're implementing these AI application tracking system programs that will pre-screen every application, and it won't even surface the application to a human being if it doesn't meet a very strict criteria of experience, keywords, so on and so forth. And if you're brand new to tech sales, you don't stand a chance in getting human eyes on that resume. So from my perspective as a hiring manager, what I see is I see hundreds of applicants in the first stage of the applicant tracking system that AI has decided do not meet the criteria to move to the next stage in the funnel, which is human review. And even when I get to the human review stage, there are still hundreds of applicants there. And it's overwhelming for me personally to look through and try to judge candidates on how qualified they are just based only on a resume. Now, from my perspective as a hiring manager, I'm seeing hundreds of applications come in and they all look the same. They're all black and white resumes. They're all generic listed experience. They all have the I'm a hard worker language, but none of them scream A+ candidate. After looking at 50 of these, my eyes glaze over, my brain stops working, and I'm gone. So if you keep doing what everyone else is doing, you're gonna get what everyone else gets, which is ghosted. In all my years of being a hiring manager, trying to find top tier talent for my SDR team, I've only had a few encounters where people have reached out proactively to me to get my attention and ultimately time on the calendar for an interview. Think about that. That's crazy. Out of 30, 40, 50 job postings that I've personally run, I've only had probably 30 people ever reach out directly to me to try to land an interview. That is insane. So yes, it's true that this job market is insanely crowded and every job post you look at is going to have hundreds of candidates on it. But what people don't talk about is how easy it is to actually stand out and land interviews. Us hiring managers, we want to find the best people. And so when people reach out to us proactively, they do the job to get the job. That excites us. We say, thank you. Thank you that I don't have to mindlessly scroll through hundreds of resumes to try to find people to interview with. Thank you for having the guts to reach out, do what we're going to hire you to do anyway, and make my job easier by identifying the most qualified candidates. By the way, if you need help standing out and actually landing interviews, then click the link below. It's a free guide that shows you step by step what you need to be doing to break into tech sales. I think it'll really help you. Now, that phrase, do the job, you get the job, is the cornerstone of being successful with your tech sales job search. See, most candidates, they just talk about what they want. They talk about qualities they have that would transfer well into the SDR role. But what they don't do is prove that they already have the skill set required to thrive as an SDR in tech. The ones who stand out and actually land interviews and job offers don't just talk about what they can do, but they prove it through demonstrated action throughout the interview process. Yo, this stuff is not hard. What I'm talking about is going to loom.com or some other free video software that allows you to record videos and just take a video of yourself, record video, get cracking away, introducing yourself, come up with an elevator pitch. Heck, you could even put together a Google Doc with things that excite you about the company, why you think you'd be a good fit, any samples you have of work you've done. Go above and beyond. An application alone is not going to cut it. If I got a Loom video from you of you walking me through some kind of portfolio or what excites you about the company, you've already done more than 99.9% of candidates. You are worthy of an interview at minimum. John Cianello is one of the best SDRs I've ever hired, and he actually came in with no formal tech experience. Hired him onto my team over at Fourth, where he absolutely dominated his quota, as you can see right here. But what he did during the application process to stand out was something I'd never seen before. John actually writes a blog, and he sent me this blog that he was writing as proof that he knew how to craft, customize outbound messaging, and that he was willing to go above above and beyond for a great role. This was so unique. I had never seen this before. And as a manager, I got so excited because my brain was able to parse that one, he can communicate. Two, he's someone who's self-sufficient and he's proactive. He has initiative. No one asked him to put this blog together. If he's willing to put that much time into something on the side that doesn't even meaningfully benefit him other than a hobby he has, then I think he's absolutely going to want to nerd out about becoming an SDR and becoming the best version of a sales rep he can be. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. That intrinsic drive to go build and create and have ownership over stuff translated so well to the SDR role. And after meeting him in an interview context, I knew right away I wanted to hire him. So being proactive, providing samples of work, giving these managers a glimpse into how you would be as an employee is called doing the job to get the job. And that is exactly what's going to make the biggest difference from you being one more name in a pile of resumes versus you landing interviews consistently and then ultimately offers. Another thing that's going to help you is making sure that you're not coming across like a robot, especially in the age of AI. All of us managers are trained now because we talk to AI every day to be able to identify AI speak. Most applications these days feel like they were written by ChatGPT. They're generic, they use too many keywords, they're kind of forgettable. You can tell they're fake. The candidates who stand out the most are the ones who let their personality come through, even on the resume, so that we can feel, wow, a real human is behind this, putting in the work. So what I want to see on your resume, sure, is a very objective look at your work experience framed properly for sales, but I'm also looking for what drives you. What are some cool experiences you've had in life that you think will translate well into the role? If you have an unusual background or different achievements and awards you can bring in through service organizations or volunteering or sports, academia, anything different about you, I want it in the resume because I want to try to see you as your whole self. The main point here is don't try to put on this like professional version of yourself. Be you. Be respectful, communicate well, but don't lose you in the process. For me personally, as a hiring manager, I love seeing volunteer experience on a resume because it tells me a lot about you and your character and how you like to use your time. And that kind of stuff, it might feel like it's irrelevant for a tech sales role, but if you volunteered at an animal hospital or with the elderly, or if you helped with a community project, I want to know about it because it tells me more about you. Ultimately, I'm not hiring a resume, I'm hiring a person. So show me who you are. Last big important thing to think about is that standing out isn't done through one big gesture. It's actually done through all the small things that add up through the process that show you're serious. One of these things is following up more than once. Most people will say they're doing the job to get the job by sending out one message on LinkedIn. That ain't gonna cut it. As an SDR, you would never just send out one cold email. No, you would accompany that email with a call, with a LinkedIn touch. You would also have a follow-up on the back of that to reach out 2, 3, even 4 times through multiple channels. By you following up like an SDR would, it's not going to annoy us as managers if it's quality outreach. It's actually going to convince us that you know what you're doing and you're probably going to be a great hire. This is sales. Following up is the job. If you give up after one attempt, that tells me everything I need to know. Another detail that'll help you stand out is proving that you've done some research on the company. When someone reaches out for a job and they just say, hey, I'm interested, or hey, I'd love to land an interview, it shows me they've done no preparatory research or they haven't really put much into the process. But if I get a message that says something like, hey, I would love to interview with you guys, I actually have a background in XYZ related field, and what you guys sell really matters to me because of personal interest or reason. That kind of stuff goes a long way with me because for me, I see myself and my team as a big investment. I care about these people, and I'm not just going to bring people in just to bring them in. I need to bring people in who are going to care as much as we do. And so by you connecting to the product or the company or the mission of what we're doing, it's going to build that trust a lot more and show me that you actually care about applying to my company as opposed to just blasting out resumes all across the internet. The litmus test for this is, could you send that same message to any other company without any edits? If the answer is yes, then you're not personalizing your outreach enough. A very simple way to do this would be to pull up the company that you're wanting to to apply to on LinkedIn. And you could even just go down to their employee growth. If we come down here, we can see that they have 33% employee growth since last year. That's something worth mentioning. Hey, I see you guys are growing like crazy, 33% year over year. I'm looking for an environment where I can be surrounded by high performers, and it looks like you guys have hired really well over there. Now, that's not crazy personalization, but when I hear that as a manager, I think, okay, cool. This person's looking under the hood of our company. They're seeing a positive growth signal that demonstrates to me they have business acumen. And for them, the team they surround themselves with really matters. That tells me a lot about that candidate. They know what high performers look like. They want to be part of that culture, and they're going to be coachable, and I'm going to have a good investment if I bring them on the team. So even something that simple will help you stand out from the other 99.9% of candidates that are just sending the generic, hey, I'd like to interview at your company notes. The last detail that's really going to help you stand out is closing every interaction. Whether it's a phone call, LinkedIn message, email, interview, you always need to establish next steps, because as an SDR, you're going to be responsible for doing the same thing. Quick example here. If you were trying to get some intel on a company and you reached out to someone and you said, let me know if you're free next week to chat. That's way too soft. There's way too much ambiguity there. That's not how salespeople communicate. What you should say is something like, are you free tomorrow at 4:15 p.m. Eastern to have a 10-minute chat? That is going to get a much higher response rate, because that's how salespeople communicate. Whatever the conversation, wherever you are, always move the next step forward. And if you look at what we just talked about, following up, researching the company, closing next steps, all of those are behaviors that demonstrate you know what an SDR's job is. So even without having the job, you can show these hiring teams that you know how to do the job. And that's what separates you from the rest. At this point, I've helped hundreds of people break into tech sales with a 100% success rate, and 90% of them do not have former tech experience. How is that possible? How are these people that are janitors and teachers and bartenders beating out people who have been SDRs for 2 to 3 years? It's because they're doing the job to get the job. It's that simple. When 500 people apply for a job and 490 people do the same exact thing, it becomes very easy for me as a manager to identify who the highest qualified people are. So rather than send out an application and wait for a reply, get proactive. Reach out proactively, prove you can do the job, become memorable, and follow up. If you want my help doing this with proven templates, structure, and guidance, click the link below. There's a completely free guide that'll show you how to do this step by step. I'll see you on the next one.